Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day's going fantastic. Thanks for joining me for Try It Out Tuesday. Today we are going to create a card using a stamp set that I've had in my stash for a while. It's a loved one. I think I made a card last year with this stamp set. It's from Stampendous and it's called Bring to Life. Cute little images in here. There's a dinosaur, Frankenstein, a little guy that looks like a laboratory doctor. There is a mummy and a ghost. So super cute. We're going to stamp all of the images for our card today. I'm using Memento ink and stamping on Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock. And then I thought we would color in with the Zig markers today, but I changed my mind. Thought we would go for Copic. I wanted kind of a more brighter color for these guys. We're going to bring in some purples and oranges and greens. And so this is the mummy. Ain't he cute? This is our little dinosaur. Kind of looks like a little Barney. Remember Barney the purple dinosaur? Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess that kind of tells you my age because all you young folks don't know who that is. But here's the little ghost. And then we're going to stamp the doctor or our lab professor. Stamp him with my ink, and then last but not least we're going to stamp our little Frankenstein. Actually I did that backwards. We're stamping Frankenstein first and then our little lab guy. There's a few cute little sentiments in here. One says if you've got it, haunt it. So there's another one that says haven't seen you in a while. That'd be cute for the ghost image. And then you have sentiment says you bring me to life, which is super cute because there's actually a zap sentiment. And then there's also like a lightning bolt. So if you wanted to add that just above Frankenstein, and then you have the little cute little expression of the doctor there. I thought that was so cute. Okay, we'll put this back, and I'm actually going to use the colors on the Stampendous packaging as a guide. I'm kind of going with the similar colors. I really think this screams Halloween, and so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to play a little music while I color. I left the caps out, and then I'll list them too up in the corner for you guys. But when I am done coloring, I will catch you back. Okay, coloring is all done. You can see I did a little bit of detail on my little dinosaur, kind of bring him to life a little bit. Now I'm going to use my scissors and we're going to fussy cut out each one of our little guys. I am going to leave a little bit of a white border because when there's hair that's kind of free flowing like this, having that little extra room around your image, it makes it really easy to fussy cut. But after all of my images, I have 5 here, they're all cut and ready to go, we are going to create a card. Now originally I was going to take all of them, line them up on a landscape style card, and then change my mind. These guys were so cute and I thought we'd create a couple scenes on 2 different card bases. Kind of the same scene, just different styles. So we're going to take some white cardstock and I'm going to take a window die from my stash. This is from Poppy Stamps and it's called the Grand Madison Window. Perfect size for card making. I die cut out 2, you can see here, and there is some embossed detail which makes it really pretty. I'm going to also bring in some pattern papers. These are from actually a Christmas paper pack from Avery, Elle. It's the holiday collection paper pack, but the greens went perfect with my images. So I have a green background with white polka dots, and then kind of a green and white gradient background, and then a tan striped one. I thought the tan stripe reminded me of wallpaper, so we're going to use that behind our window for our first card. I'm just going to trim down a piece that will fit behind there, and then we're going to bring in our card base, which I really don't have any prepared. I gotta trim and score a whole bunch. My little bin's empty, so I'm just going to bring in a piece of my cardstock and score it at the 5.5 inch mark to create a top folding card. And this is good to go. Line up those bottom edges and reinforce that score line here. Do the same thing with our second card. Both of the cards that I'm making today are similar, a little bit different, but I just thought the images were so cute. And if I can find that video where I created with the stamp set last year, or it may have been a year before, I'll link it at the end of this one. Okay, we're going to add adhesive behind our wallpaper. Add that behind our window, kind of using it as a guide because there are straight lines and I want to make sure that they're straight and not crooked. And then we're going to tack that down to the front of our card base. After we have this adhered, I thought, you know what, we're going to bring in the gradient cardstock. We're going to add foam adhesive behind our window. So this one's ready to go. Just remove the release paper, and then I'm going to bring in a double stitched rectangle die. Been using this one a lot, but it creates the perfect panel size, guys, and I'll link them down below. But basically it's 5 1/4 by, well, a little bit smaller than the card base. How about that? Because I just had a brain freeze there. Okay, background's adhered. We're going to actually lift that up in just a minute, but I want to create this panel. I like the gradient that this has. If you don't have pattern paper like this, you can use your oxide inks. I think that would look really nice. Lift this up, add adhesive behind my cardstock panel. That's the thing too with, I know that the 6x6 paper packs, some of them have that. This is one of them that have that little glossy sheer to it. It's a very, very nice weight. But and the patterns are beautiful on it, but the thing that I'm not used to is your tape runner doesn't adhere as well as it does on regular paper. That's the thing about that. But once my background panel is adhered, I'm going to go ahead and add my window with the wallpaper behind it and place it back on my card base. You can see it's pretty much a nice size for an A2 size card base. After we have this done, we are going to grab our little critters, and I thought it would be fun to have the doctor outside the window and then have the critters kind of looking like they're wanting to escape. So I'm kind of creating a little fun scene. Now for my sentiment, I'm bringing in some black cardstock and we're going to do some heat embossing. So I'm going to treat my paper with my AQUA powder tool here. We're going to stamp with Versamark ink. First sentiment is going to say, you bring me to life. I thought that was adorable. And then we'll put this one back and grab another sentiment for our second card while we're at it. The next one says, if you got it, haunt it. I think that's so cute. We'll stamp that as well. And then I'll bring in my white embossing powder and we'll add it to our sentiments. It's going to stand out nice against that black background here. We'll scoop it on, and then I'll use my heat gun and we'll melt that embossing powder. And if you wanted to block these off and place them on your card, you could, but I thought since we have the square of the window, I thought we would bring in a circle shape. We'll just go ahead and melt this real fast. Once this is nice and melted, I'm going to bring in my circle dies. I'm going to find one that's going to fit both of these sentiments. The same die will fit both of these, I believe. Because they're about the same size sentiment. Yes. So I'm going to die cut both of these out, and then both of our sentiments are ready to go. This is about a 1.5 inch circle. Okay, these are ready to go. We're going to take the You Bring Me to Life, rub off that powder tool there. I didn't adhere my monsters just yet. I wanted to make sure they were placed on my panel first. You can see I'm tucking this little guy's leg out, and then the mummy is kind of wrapped around the panes of the window. I think these look so cute, and then the expression on the little laboratory doctor is so sweet. I'm going to add foam adhesive behind my sentiment and add that up here in the top right corner of our window. I need to add one more piece of sentiment, but I'm afraid it's going to overhang on the window pane, the edge of the window pane, so we're going to only add half a piece. And I just think with these guys trying to escape, it looks so cute. So that's card 1. We're going to add bells and whistles in just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and set this aside and work on card number 2. Now card number 2 is basically the same thing, but I'm going to bring in the polka dot pattern paper and create a panel for behind this window. Kind of bright green in the background of this. I'm not going to add any panel on my card base, just the window. So we'll add adhesive behind here and tack that down, and we'll do the same thing with our window. I'm going to add foam adhesive and then place that window on our card base in the center. And for this one, we're going to use the little ghost and the dinosaur. As I flattened it, I kind of scrunched up my window. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that with foam adhesive. And if there's any creases in my window, the nice thing is I can cover them with my little images. And here's our little dinosaur. So cute. Place him here in the bottom right, and then we're going to add our sentiment. We're going to add foam adhesive directly on the inside of the window. I think it's easier to see this way. And then we'll add this sentiment. For this one, we chose the one that says, "If you got it, haunt it." Which is so cute. Okay, now for this one, it looks a little bit plain, and I know I'm missing something in that top window. So I thought I'd bring in a spider web from a stamp set. This stamp set is actually called, from Hero Arts, and it's called Witch Fest, sorry. But I like the little itty bitty spider web in here. I'm going to take this and stamp this along my window, and then also in the white areas in the background, just to fill it in a little bit more. I think it was the perfect size, kind of mixing and matching stamp sets. Today, I'm inking up this little spider web with my VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And we're just going to add 6 spider webs. Some of them are overhanging off of the card base, but I like the way that looks. Okay, I think if you guys could find a little spider on a web, I went through my stamps and I couldn't find one. I'm sure I'll find it around Thanksgiving, of course. But if you had a little spider that could be hanging down from the inside of the window in that top window pane, I think that would be adorable. But I'm adding Morning Dew Nuvo crystal drops to the eyes. This is going to give me dimensional eyes. I thought about adding googly eyes, but they're 2 different sizes, and I kind of liked the shape of these guys' eyes, so I didn't want to affect the shape of them because they're so cute. I am going to bring in my Nuvo Aqua Shimmer pen, add a little bit of sparkle to my images, and then that finishes off my cards for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for Try It Out Tuesday. Again, if you had a little spider, I think it'd look good in that window pane. But everything's listed below if you guys are interested in everything. Have a fabulous day. We will see you again next week. Bye-bye.